I'm Marianne from Palm Beach Therapy and Fitness Providers Incorporated, and I'm really glad to be here. We're going to do a nice yoga flow incorporating a lot of breath and a little bit of core. So just do what you can. If you need to pause and get water, or just pause and breathe, or eliminate when posed, just do so. Listen to your body, right? Okay, so we are going to start incorporating breath and movement, which is vinyasa. So we're going to step out to the side with the left foot into step 5-pointed star. The 5th point is your head. And then we're going to come down into a yogic squat and draw the tailbone under a little bit. And then inhale back up into star and exhale into samastitahi. And full attention comes to the heart. A little Sanskrit for you. Okay, other side, right leg steps out, 5-pointed star. Exhale, yogic squat. Inhale, 5-pointed star, and exhale, samastitahi. So let's really focus on the breathing now. Inhale, big through the nose. Exhale, you can take an exhale out the mouth if you wish. Most breathing is through the nose. Inhale high, and exhale back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, gratitude, exhale, inhale, reaching out for a beautiful day, and exhale, slowing it down one more time. Inhale, stretch, stretch, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, inhale, back up, spread your fingers with enthusiasm, and exhale, with tension and awareness, samastitahi. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Great. Okay, now we're going to add a little variation here with tree pose, bringing the foot onto the leg. So try not to get your heel on your kneecap, either above and below if it tends to be a little higher, or you can just keep it safe and keep the heel below the knee. So coming into Vrikshasana or tree pose, I like my forearms parallel. And balance brings in your poses brings balance into your mind and your life. That's the good news. So we're going to step out into 5-pointed star, and we'll come over here for another tree pose on the other side. Step back into 5-pointed and to samastitahi. Okay, and this time we're going to bring the left leg up, balance, drive that right leg through the floor. Bring the foot down, step out to the side, come into tree again. Whoa! Driving the inner edge of the foot through the floor, ball mound of the big toe. Stepping it wide, and let's step it in. Okay, let's try that again. So, tree, open up, bring your other leg up for tree, little balance in the transition. Back to star and step in. Okay, trying that again. Tree, doesn't matter which side, we'll switch legs upon arrival. And step out and changing your tree pose up. And wide, sending gratitude out from your heart center. Back to star pose and step in. Well done. Let's bring our hands to our low back and press our hips forward. Further you go back, the more you bend your knees, please. And then coming forward for a toe touch. So the first one, keeping the knees soft. See if you can get your chest onto your thighs. Glue your chest onto your thighs. And then little by little straighten your legs. All right, let's slide the hands up the legs and roll the shoulders back and down. Okay. Shake out a little bit here. Just move your hips side to side, and we're just going to circle the hips here, bringing some movement and flexibility into the hips, and trying to remember throughout your practice to breathe in and out of the nose, deep nose breathing to the belly. Okay, and let's reverse. I like to soften my knees and put a little bend in those knees. Okay, we'll come down into yogic squat. Some of you may just take it down into malasana, which is hands on thighs modified, or you can go lower here if you can, if it's not too much strain on your knees. Heels are in. You might put one hand in the back and one in the front. And try to press your elbows wide with this. You can come into prayer hands, or if you want, and you can go even out a little further. This, if you do fists, you get a little bit better of a stretch. I'm drawing the tailbone down, and this feels really good. I do this in the morning after I roll my back on a ball, and it just stretches the low back. So we're making our way to the mat, so if you can't do this, just make your way to the mat. Okay, hands behind for safety. And let's extend those legs forward and shake them out. And bringing the hands back, fingers forward. Let's lift up the heart and spread it. And open the mouth and touch your tongue to your chin. Ah, for a fierce lion roar. And then reach forward for your toes, belly in. You might need to bend your knees more if your back's starting to give you any issues. If you're pretty flexible in your hamstrings, you can just come forward and bring the backs of your knees towards the earth. And let's come back up. Let's lean back. This time, if you would like to, you can come up into inclined plane. So my feet are together. They don't have to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I like my fingers forward. Some people like them out to the side a little bit. So whatever feels best on your shoulders. Squeeze your butt, lift your hips. Try to get your head in line with your spine and then point your toes forward. If you can go high enough, pressing through the heels of your hands, and B, you might be able to touch the bottoms of your feet to the floor. That's a little bit too much for me anymore. And so I'm pointing my feet now and flexing. Let's point and flex a few times to warm up the ankles. And we're going to spread those legs open to the corners of our mat and pull out your butt flesh. And you're rocking side to side. So rock side to side, get a little massage, say good morning or afternoon or evening to your sit bones. I'm going to face this way, you'll feel a little more comfortable. Let's reach up, interlace your fingers, use your postural muscles to be tall through the spine, belly scoops in and up, 2 inches below the navel, Uddiyana Bandha. Reaching the arms out to the side, and then touch your shoulders and extend out. That's it, just sitting nice and tall so we're not slumping, we're strengthening our posture, muscles. Okay, let's hold on to the shoulders, and we're going to circle those elbows around, warm up our shoulders a little bit more, and then bring them forward. Okay, arms out to T position, palms down, little circles back, little circles forward, palms up and back, so I'm trying to draw my palms back as much as I can, rotator cuffs. And then palms up. So going back and forth with this. Feels weird in the shoulders, but it'll give you a nice stretch and strengthen those cuffs. Okay, let's reach with the left hand, I'll say right hand, across to your left pinky toe. And your back palm will flip up so your shoulder stays in neutral and comfortable. And then coming back to center, reassess your posture. Bring the other hand across, pinky towards pinky, back palm up again. Inhale. Let's do some nice strong breath work through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So draw it in strong and deep and let it out. You might need to let it out through your mouth if it's becoming too much. 8 more. Belly in as you reach down and across. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1. Well done. Okay, open those legs up a little bit more. Readjust your butt cheeks out from under you so you're not wobbling around on them, the reason being. And let's take our hands over our left leg and itsy bitsy spider it. Now I'm noticing my right sit bone is coming off the mat, so I'm going to press it back down and slide my hands forward. Just do what you can, of course. Taking a nice stretch. My legs are relaxed at this point, so now I'm going to draw the inseam, the middle of the leg, up towards the ceiling and flex my feet into Pada Mudra. So the toes are back and wide towards my body. Okay, we're going to bring that right arm across the ear, drawing the shoulder down. And I'm going to adjust my head a little bit too far towards the floor, so I want it in a nice straight line with the rest of my back. So keep sinking through that right sit bone if you're mirroring my image. Otherwise, through your opposite sit bone, hand to the back of your head, rotate heart towards the heavens. Keep sinking that sit bone. Maybe you can come forward a little bit more. If you're a more flexible student, you might want to bring your elbow into the front, palm up, slide forward, and with that top hand, catch something. Maybe the pinky side of the foot. Continue to press off that elbow on the floor, rotating your torso towards the ceiling. And slowly bring yourself up. Whoa, so you're feeling that stretch through the right side. Let's give that hip a massage. That's a very deep stretch. And just kind of twist a little bit side to side. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, exhale, excuse me. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, and back up, palms together, touch your back. Crown reaching up, get a nice stretch through your triceps, just taking a moment before we go to the other side. I like little intermissions. So let's inch it forward, keep sinking through that left butt cheek or sit bone. Itsy bitsy spider it. Come forward to your edge, what feels good, not pushing it. I'm gonna relax my legs, I just feel like I need to. Then I can engage them. So when you come into your poses, don't come in one full force unless you're really warmed up. I just kind of gently ease into my poses, just in case something got stiff and it's not ready to stretch. Okay, so we're gonna bring our arm over ear, palm down. I'm gonna adjust my head up so instead it's not falling down, it's an extension of my spine. And we'll bring our hands to the back of our head. I like doing it this way for neck support. Push off your grounded floor, open the heart towards the heavens. Sink a little more through that opposite side. And then if you're a stronger student, bring your back arm into the front of your leg. Palm up, elbow, forearm into the floor, and come down. Maybe you can reach something, it might be the side of your leg, or you can grab the outer edge of the foot if possible. And then you're pressing off that bottom arm, rotating heart towards the heavens. And let's come up, and let's give a little massage to our back, to our outer left hip. Okay, we're gonna bend our knees, okay, and sit nice and tall. And from here, I want you to take your hands into prayer, okay, and then we're going into tortoise pose. So option A, you can just come here and wrap your arms from the inside out and lean forwards for a back stretch. Pull that navel into spine, please. Option B, hands on the floor, and you come in forward. So just come, if you need to, just bring your forearms forward and go like this too if you need more support, or your hands up. You can straighten your legs at this point. So there's many variations you can take. I'm wrapping my arms around, and then we'll take the next variation. We're going to cross at the ankles, and we're going to come through. So it's just like a turtle going into his little shell, going within. Or you can open those legs back up and do it this way, or you can just bending your knees here. Okay, let's bring the feet together, and we're going to take a little spinal twist. Bringing your right arm across and your left thumb behind. So try not to lean back unless you're feeling any pain in your back and you have to. Otherwise, you're just using that supporting arm to make you taller and using that elbow into your outer leg. Twisting back, always tighten your tummy, and exhale on the twist. Okay, I'm going to relax my shoulders down and just bring my ear from shoulder to shoulder, my ears. Just getting a nice neck stretch here. And then we'll do half circles here. And we'll go to the other side. So we're going to switch. One hand behind. I'm using my fingertips actually, right behind your butt. Or if you need to come out and lean back a little bit if you have back issues and this hurts. Bring your other arm across to outer thigh, just using a straight arm. You can use a bent arm if you want. Inhale, grow an inch, and as you exhale, tighten your navel into spine and twist. All right, good job. Let's
come onto our back, bring your hands under your butt, and we'll do a little biking. So just loosening up the knees here. Do a little core work too. Let's reverse those bicycles. So you can have your head on the mat, and anytime you want to make your core work more intense, more weight with your head weight, for your abs to work harder, you can lift up your head. If you need neck support, you can use one hand behind your head or both. And this is harder, again, with my weight away from my core. Forward circles, backward circles, and then knees into chest. And let's just rock side to side. Nice, nice massage for the low back. Oh, that feels good. Okay, let's put our feet flat on the floor towards our sit bones, but not so much that the low back is arching off the mat. So your low back is nicely flush into the mat. Okay, feet about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider for this. Let's bring our hands behind our head. Imprint your low back, pull the navel into spine, and come on up. So you want your chin towards your chest, maybe a fist underneath your chin. So your head's in the right position, and coming down. Good, pull the belly in, and then exhale up into the effort, and then inhale down. Ready? Squeeze the core, and lift, and lower. And now continue, but when you lower, don't quite touch the floor, maintaining some resistance, some contraction. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, elbows wide. Try not to pull on your neck. You should really be, all the work is coming from the belly, not your neck. Your neck's going along for the ride. We'll do 4 more. Now go all the way up and halfway down. That's it. All the way up and halfway down. And then all the way up, and we're going to pulse it out. Let your head relax into your hammock of your hands. 8 more. 7, how are we doing? 6, 5, burn that belly fat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, well done. Full body stretch, everybody. Circle your feet. Good time to circle your feet and spread your toes. So we need a strong abs to help support our spine. They say the abs are the splint of the spine. Reverse your circles of your feet. Okay. All right, for this one, we're going to bring the feet together and the knees together. Okay, we're going to drop the knees over to 1 o'clock. And we're going to, is that 1 o'clock or 11? 11 o'clock, right? No, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Just a little bit over to the right, okay? So we're going to bring your hands behind your head, and we're going to feel it here. In fact, you can bring your left hand on your left obliques. We're doing oblique work this way, and the right hand's behind your head. So lift up, come down. Lift up, come down. Exhale, inhale a little harder. Is not to touch bottom. So again, just like before, we're not going all the way to the floor. Exhale up, inhale down. Let's do it for 2. Go down, 2, come up, 2, and down, 2, up, 2, down, 2, up, 2. Last time, bring it to the top and pulse it out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Release your hand from your head, from your hand, and roll your head side to side. Oh, that feels good. All right, let's do another full body stretch before we bring the knees to the opposite direction. Okay, feet together, knees together. Just drop your knees towards the left a tad. Okay, bring your right hand onto your right obliques, because I think that helps you to really focus on using that, not your neck. Okay, so we're going to lift up and lower. If you want to add a little bit of momentum, you can reach your arm across. I didn't tell you on the last one, but if you're struggling with this, that might help you a little bit, reaching across toward your opposite thigh, or you can just keep it still on the obliques. Lifting up and lowering. That's it. Exhale into the upper. Let's go up for 2. 1, 2, down, 2. 1, 2, inhale back, 2, couple more, and down, 2, and bring it up and pulse it. 7, 6, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Tuck the knees into the chest. Cross your right leg over your left. Grab hold of your shin bones and pull them apart. So bring your knees in as far as you can. You'll feel this in your hips, especially feeling it in the one that's closest to your body will get the most stretch. So pull your feet apart from each other, your legs apart as you pull them in, and then roll your tailbone to the floor, and your knees will come forward a little different stretch. So we're going to switch the cross of our legs, grab hold of your shin bones, pull them in, and shin bones wide apart like a wishbone. So you breathe into your stretch. It's a good hip stretch. And then bring the tailbone towards the floor more, a little different. Okay, well done. Let's bring our hands behind the head. We're going to extend the right leg long. Bring your left elbow across to the outer left knee. Get your shoulders off the mat if you can. And then switch. And switch. Reach through the heels, feet in flexion, dorsiflexion. Reach across, reach across. Legs are strong, belly strong. 8 more. 7. You can pick up the pace if you want. Keep your low back steady on the ground. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. How'd we do? Whew. So just roll your head from side to side. Let's bring our knees to the left. And take your left hand on top. You can even massage your low back at this point. And try to keep that right shoulder grounding. It might lift off the floor, but see if you can ground it more. And then turn towards your right hand and see if you can get that ear towards the floor. No forcing, please. Getting a nice stretch. And then gently press your upper hip forward, just to increase. If you're already at your limit, don't, but these are just to intensify your stretch a little bit, little intrinsic moves. Okay, let's invite those knees back into our chest and take a little roll side to side. Before we go to the other side, hands on your kneecaps, fingers facing forward, and we're going to circle. So we're just getting a nice hip massage here. And then go to reverse it. Take the bottoms of your feet and guide them together. Clasp your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Pull the feet in towards your navel as you squeeze your butt. Press your thighs forward. So getting a nice stretch in the groin. You can come up off the mat with your head if you like. And then bring your hands behind your knees. Open up those legs, everybody. Circle your feet. All right, reverse, and then bring your legs together, please. We're going to take that spinal twist to the other side. Arms out to V position. I don't like T, I like V because it gets the shoulder blades flusher into the floor. Bring the knees to the right. Right hand on top of your thigh or towards your low back a little more. Try to keep your left shoulder grounded. You're going to maybe press that upper hip forward if you want to intensify the stretch between your ribs and your hip. And breathe into it. Let's come back onto the back. Excuse me. Bring our feet to the floor, and we're just going to do the booty bump. So we're going to just tap out our butt. Hope you can see this. It's a nice massage. It loosens everything up there. Nice and gently. You're not banging too hard. And then just go side to side. It's also good for bone density. So just kind of shift side to side. I think it feels really good. Bumpity, bumpity, bump. Okay. Let's bring our hands by our hips, and we're going to bend our knees. And we're going to bring our knees into our chest. And I'm not quite touching the floor with my heels. You can if you want a little break at the bottom. But just make it a little more intense. And then I'm going to press those heels straight forward. If you can. you don't like that, go back to what we were just doing. Keep your knees bent and bring your heels to the floor. You want to try going a little bit higher, you can. Might be easier on your back if you have back issues. You can even bring them almost up to vertical. So you get to choose. Exhale, 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 exhale as you press away. 4 more. 3, 2, holding 1, hold it, hold it, hold it. Bring it high if it's too much. Bring it lower if you want more. Point your toes, and then come all the way up. And then we're going to go down. Flex the feet, go down for 5, 4, to whatever you feel is right for you, 2, and 1. Point your toes and come up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do a couple more. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point, go up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flex, down, 2, 3. You can make it hard if you want by bringing your head off and point and go up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good knees to chest, full body stretch. Just take a big stretch, arch your low back off the mat, and smile. And then curl your tailbone under, squeeze your butt, your pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Let's bring the feet flat to the floor, hands by your side, and just bring your knees in and just have a little rest here. So this is kind of restful on your low back with the knees tapped into the center. And then we're going to take bridge. So you're going to press your heels back to bring your butt up and slowly come down. Okay. So press your heels back. Lift up your butt if you want to at this point. You can take your hands under your body, interlace your fingers, and then walk your shoulder blades closer together so you get more of a stretch through your chest. So we'll hold it up here. We're going to tap the knees in, then roll to the outer edges of your feet so you get a nice stretch here. In the groin, tap in, go out. So when I go out again, my inner edges of my feet are up off the mat. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1. So I'm going to bring my right knee into my chest, and I'm going to bring that leg to the sky. I'm driving that left heel forward. And I'm going to bring my hands out from under my body. And I'm going to go down and up. If this is too hard, just bring your foot down to the floor and modify. Otherwise, you're working your left leg and your left glutes a little harder. Your left hamstring. Couple more. And then we're going to switch. So stay with both feet, or bring your left knee in, bring it up, and lower and lift your butt off the mat, driving that right hamstring heel back. Heel back to activate your hamstring. Here you go. Strengthening our legs and our hips, bone density is all good. Couple more. Okay, good job. Hands under the back, point your toes, and we're going to do big circles. So keep them small and high if it's too much for your back, or you can go bigger and wider if you want more. I'm one of these type A people, so don't follow me if this is too much for you. If you want even more, and by lifting your head up, you strengthen your neck. So just keep it in line with your body. Let's reverse those circles. You can start little, feel it out. You can start high. And we're almost done. We're going to take a little water break after this. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees into your chest and rock it up and stick boat pose. This is half boat actually. This is full boat, Navasana. Okay, sitting cross-legged, and just move your head side to side. Take a little circle here, and go ahead and switch, and roll your wrists here, and reverse, and open and close your fingers,
And just circle your arms. So I'll meet you back in a few moments. So we're going to do some Kapalabhati breath. You can either do it cross-legged, you can sit on a chair if you want, energizing detox breath, okay, or diaphragmatic breathing. I'm actually going to sit on my heels in Vrikshasana or Thunderbolt pose because I really feel comfortable. If this is too much, you can always put a pillow here or sit on a block. So remember, it's a pumping from the diaphragm, the belly's going to go to, so it's easier to just think belly. I'm trying not to use my shoulders. Sometimes I get a little bit carried away. So I'm trying to just isolate and use my belly. Like, it's also called bellows breath. Stoking the fire in the third chakra. We need to empower ourselves these days and stay strong and positive with everything going on. So this will help to invigorate you and relax you at the same time. It's all through the nose. So again, just a little review. It's like you're panting. Gets pretty quick. If you get choked up, begin again, but it's through the nose. You might need to blow your nose a little bit at first. We're going to do 3 rounds. If you're prone to high blood pressure, I wouldn't do this. Just do deep, even breaths during this practice and focus on relaxing. For the rest of us, we'll exhale fully. Inhale halfway, stare at your tip of your nose, okay? At the tip of your nose, and let's begin. Okay, exhale fully. Just take a moment. This is also called skull shining breath. There's 101 million names for it, I think, because it cleans out your brain cells. It kind of cleans out the attic. So I'm just going to roll my head around and we'll begin round 2. Usually you do a little bit longer and building up. So hands here, just to remind you to pump. And exhale fully, half an inhale and begin. You can go faster here if you can. Pump, 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 pump. Exhale, belly into spine, deep inhalation, and then just breathe naturally. Take a few moments. And you probably feel maybe like you had a little martini or something at no cost. So just smile, and if you can hang in there with me, if you have to bail out early, that's okay. Focus on what's good for you. This is a great breath, one of the best yogic breath exercise, I think. So last one I'm doing with my arms wide, opening up the lung meridians. Bring your fingertips and press them into your finger mounts. Thumbs are widespread. Exhale fully, half an inhale, and begin. Reach up, touch your thumb tips, spread your fingers, and just think of bringing golden white positive energy all around you. Just bring it all around, just making a nice, clean, clear auric field. Your auric field is about as far from you, I've been told, as your arms can spread. So just spin yourself a cobweb of high, energetic, beautiful, beautiful, cleansing breath and energy from above. Okay, let's come on to all fours. Come into table. Spread your fingers. Remember to press through the mound of the index and thumb, inner edge of the hand, and then just kind of grip the mat like you do a basketball. So you're transferring some of the work out of your wrists into your fingertips. Okay, let's tap out the front of the feet. And curl your toes under and wipe them. I love to do this for a foot stretch. And then toenails into the floor. And just press back before we begin into extended child. Ajna to the earth. You'd like to set an intention to just be positive. Be positive and strong. I think everybody needs that right now. So let's come up. Stamina, perseverance, and let's draw the shoulder blades back and
Press your hands back as you draw your sternum forward through your arms. And arch the back, open the sit bones. If everything feels too tight, I just recommend maybe you open up your knees a little bit more. That's okay. We can change things up. Suit us. Let's draw the 10 factor. I'm going to do it that way right now. Squeeze the butt under. Come and do a strong chin lock. I'm looking at you at the camera, but I'm squeezing my throat chakra, Vishuddha, because I'm going to stimulate my thyroid. Inhale, arch. They say women have a lot of, because we don't have the nutrients in the soil, so we need iodine, not the kind that comes in the salt. So you might need to supplement with some sea vegetables, kale, dulse, or maybe spirulina, Hawaiian brand. Curl your toes under. I use that in powdered form, a good brand. Tastes horrible, but I just mix a tablespoon in water and I gulp it. Make a face and go on with life. Toenails into the mat. It's like taking medicine. Curl your toes under. When we were kids, we used to drink pickle juice, give each other pickle juice in a shot glass, and they had to drink it. Nice kids, right? Toenails into the floor. Stay here. Come up onto your fingertips. And hold. And then we're going to go the other way into the cow stretch. This used to be called dog tilt. That's another old name for it. So try to pull your chest towards the front wall, your front wall, shoulder blades back. Okay, good work. Let's come down to our forearms, and we'll come into cobra pose. Okay. Pull your elbows back, elbows under shoulders, of course, and just look side to side to release your neck. Release your jaw, little space between the molars. So, okay, coming down into seal pose. Come up a little bit more. Then if you can slide your hands in 3 inches, come up a little bit more. See how your back's doing today. Some of you might just stay here. You might not want to pick up your feet if you have back issues when we do some of the back work, or just do one at a time. Okay, bring your hands in further if you can, and try to squeeze your quads and lift your kneecaps off if you can. Okay, coming back down. We're going to bring our feet together for this one. Interlace your hands behind your back, and as you lift your chest up, squeeze your arms towards each other, squeeze your palms together best you can, and just hold it up here. If it's not too much, lift your feet up. If it starts to add too much pressure on your low back, bring your feet wide. So let's hold it here, static contraction. Look straight down at the mat, please. Don't look at your video now. Just relax your neck and look straight down. So your crown's reaching forward. There's a tendency to look forward, and that just strains your neck. All right, let's lower everything down, hands under the shoulders, and then press up into a little cobra. Maybe you can go a little higher. If you can't, just modify and stay down. And coming up, let's walk the feet, the knees in a little bit. Take a cat stretch. We're going to bring the right foot forward, but we're going to bring it to the outer hand, okay? The outer right hand. And to come into lizard lunge or lizard pose. So coming down here onto the forearms, or a block if you can't do this. Walk my other leg back a little bit, coming into a stretch in the inner leg. So you're here on your hands. I'm going to drop my knee out to the right. I'm even going to take my hand to my thigh and give it a little press. So you can be on the hands, you can be on the forearms if you can get that low easily without activating jagged breath. You want your breath smooth and calm. So you're here and just stretching this out, your hip out. Okay, so a little work right here. We're going to bring our hands kind of wide and our fingers splaying inwards. So we're going to do a few chaturanga push-ups with a variation. So as you just try it out for size, coming down a little bit. Stronger students might curl your toes under, might come off that left knee. but otherwise coming down and up. Most of you will probably be on that knee. Take a little dip and just come down, maybe a little further. I wouldn't go below your shoulder, below your elbow, just to keep it safe. Press up through the heels of your hands. This will work your triceps, while you get a nice stretch through the groin. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. Coming back. We're just going to go into a regular lunge here, low lunge. Hands to front thigh. We're moving up into modified crescent lunge. So if this hurts anything, stay forward. Otherwise, your crown is reaching up. My knee is over my ankle. So we can bring our hands to our low back and do it this way. Heavy in the front heel and the back of the top, and the top of the back foot. Okay, let's try bringing the left arm up, and then maybe the right arm, and then maybe interlace and make a temple out of your index finger. We'll do a little twist. So elbow to outer thigh, or if you can't reach that comfortably, just use your hand. Sometimes I just like to use my hand. I can keep my spine straighter and twist to one side. Okay, hands over the front leg on each side. Shift back and curl your toes back for a hamstring stretch. If you want to come a little deeper, you can bring that front heel forward. I'm shifting side to side, getting ready for Hanumanasana or split pose. So for some of you that are pretty flexible and you want to try going into a deeper stretch, go nice and slow, please. Okay, we're going to sit off to the right to come out easily, and we're just going to do a little pigeon stretch. So you're going to bring your heel towards your hip bone, the SIS bone, that's what I was trying to think of. Okay, we're just going to fold. So if you want to just stay on your hands, go ahead. Otherwise, just coming over, sinking the front of the left hip. Okay, and coming out and bringing that knee back. Let's just shake our hips around a little bit. We're going to bring the left foot forward into lizard outside the left hand. I'm going to show you this way so you can see a little bit better. So it's right here. Okay, and then coming down and getting a nice stretch. And then bringing that hand to the side, to the other side of that leg. And you can do it with fingers splayed in, or if you want to do the regular chaturangas, you're going to bring your fingers forward. So I like to throw out lots of modifications for any age level or ability. So down and up. I shouldn't say age level, more like ability, because it doesn't matter how old you are, you can be really good at yoga. When I first started taking it, my teacher, she must have been in her 80s. She was up there, and she would show us, she could still do headstand. So she did inspire me. So down and up, this is elbows into the body. This is more like a chaturanga push-up. Or it's easier if you have if your shoulders are sore, hands wide. You get more into the triceps and chest muscles. Okay, we're going to bring that foot in. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands to our front thigh. And from here, hands to low back. So you might need some extra padding under that knee. I'm feeling like I could use it right here. But I don't have all my toys with me. Okay, maybe your right arm up, and maybe Temple Mudra. Leaning back here. And raining the hands down alongside that front leg, shifting your hips back, pulling the toes up and in for the hamstring stretch. How are we doing? Everybody good? Okay, if you want to take it deeper, you can slide that foot forward and just remember, rock side to side. That really helps me loosen up my groin before I come into the split. You might want to bail out and come over to the left and bring your back leg forward if you find yourself getting stuck. Okay?
Otherwise, you're just going to ease yourself into it, warming up, breathing into it. And that's feeling good. Ooh, one side's usually tighter than the other. And then lean over to the left. Take that left foot towards your right hip. And come on up. Bring your back leg straight back. I'm on my fingertips here. Shifting side to side. Let's take a proud pigeon first for this one. I'm walking my hands back to arching, opening the chest up like the pigeons do. They strut around very proudly. And then slowly coming forward. Watch that knee. If it hurts at any time, you might want to bring it a little bit more out to the side and come out of it. Okay? Or you can just eliminate this pose. Most of you know you can do this on your back. You can do this. You can do it like this, just a modification. Or you can do it like this. This is all pigeon variations. Or you can do it seated in a chair. So pigeon is very beneficial for glutes piriformis. So just take it to where you can. Come in and out of it a little bit. Say, I don't know, I'm sore. Just like you do through, if you're going into a cold pool of water, you've got to let your body get used to it before you go in all the way. So sometimes I need to come in and out of a stretch a few times. And if you can either have a block to bring you, to get you in a better position underneath you, put your forearms on the block, or if you can come down low, go ahead. Okay. And this time we're just going to bring that leg back and we're going to come into plank pose. Spread your fingers, shoulders over wrists, remember all the essentials, and come on up. And if this is too much, you can do it on the wall. I'm going to roll my elbow creases forward, so I'm not like Bullwinkle arms. I'm rolling them forward, wrists over shoulders. So coming into poses, I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? What are the important elements of this pose? I'm not dumping into my shoulders, I'm lifting out of them. I'm firing up my quads and reaching my heels back, pulling the navel in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. Upward abdominal contraction. For those of you that want a little bit more, stay there. You can do a toe tap out to the side, alternating toe taps. For those of you that are a little younger and want a little bit more, I'm bending my knees when I come in, but I'm doing some plank jacks, okay? If you want to get your heart rate up a little bit, and then bring those feet in, walk your hands to your feet, and round it up. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Okay, let's do a balance here. We did tree already. If you want to step off your mat, you can. Makes it a little easier. And we're going to start by bringing that left leg up and just see if you can take it. Maybe the back of your pant leg, or maybe you need a strap. Maybe I need a chair. Okay. Focus and breathe. You can bring one hand up into chin, Gyan Mudra, touching index tip to thumb tip. And then try to extend that thigh back. Press that knee up and press your foot into your back hand. So activating this here, also called the dancer pose. Okay, and then let's release and go into airplane. Activate that back leg. If you want to take warrior 3, arms in front, palms in. Threading that knee through into standing staff pose, into candle pose, and exhale down. How'd we do? Might need to work on it a couple times before we get better. Okay, let's switch legs. Focus on a still spot. Chin or Gyan Mudra with your other hand. Okay, try to get your knees even first, and then bring your back thigh back. Press the foot into hand and up at the same time. And then if you can, drive the supporting leg through the floor. Remember, ball mound of the big toe. Okay, I'm releasing into airplane. Keep the back leg bent at first. It will be easier. Then when you extend your arms, then try lengthening it. So limbs closer to the body are easier. Straighten that back knee a little bit more if you can. And if you want to come into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, arms forward, palms in. Threading that knee forward through to standing staff, Danda, or Ardha Dhanurasana. Okay, and I'm falling into mountain pose. Good. Let's bring the arms up. We're going to circle around. So sit down as you circle those arms around. Sit back, press your booty back. Woo! Okay, let's release the hands and just kind of flow naturally, what the body is telling you to. Sahasrasli, Sahasra means spontaneous flow. And just circle those arms back. That feels good. And let's circle them forward. Okay, let's come into yogic squat. Coming down, heels in. You can press your thighs open. You can use your elbows and prayer hands, or if you want them even wider apart, make gentle fists. Sink the tailbone down, and this feels so good on my back. Okay, hands to the floor. Let's make our way back to our mat, bear walk. And let's bend our knees and lift our heels, coming into a down dog variation. And then sink your heels down and back. And shift forward into plank. Adjust your wrists so that they're under your shoulders, please. And then go back to downward dog. Coming forward into plank. And back to downward dog. Forward into plank. Bring your right knee to the center of your chest. And bring it into three-legged down dog. That back leg comes up. Press yourself back into the supporting back leg. And let's bring that knee to the left elbow. Bring it outer left elbow if you can. Shoulders come back over the wrists. And back up to three-legged dog. And then to outer right elbow. And then bring it up into the air. And back to the center, nose towards the knee. Press yourself away from the mat and bring that leg forward. So pivot the back leg flat, and we're going to come right into triangle pose. So straightening the front leg, bringing your hand onto that leg and coming up, extending the arms. If you need to support yourself on that leg, or if you need to bend that leg a little bit, do so for a modification. Otherwise, release your hand from your leg, palm in, and then another variation is to bring that upper arm forward. Let's come into Warrior 2 from here. Good, so palms down, and I'm gazing forward over my middle finger. Okay, and reverse Warrior 2, or revolved Warrior 2, back hand down, or you can wrap it across your low back, palm facing away. Okay, side angle pose, forearm to front thigh or hand. We'll do a little vinyasa. So back into plank, lowering down, knees, chest, and chin, 8-pointed pose. Inhale, ground your hips. Open your heart for cobra, high or low. Curl your toes under and go into your downward dog. Left leg to the sky. Okay, nose towards the knee. Make sure your shoulders come over your wrists. Inhale, leg to sky. Let's bring that knee to your right elbow. Exhale. And then bring it to the sky. How about left elbow? Oh. And then back to the sky. So shift forward again, keeping your body away from the mat so you're not lowering towards the mat. You want room to bring that foot through. So remember, if it falls short, to grab it. Grab it and go. Okay.
So coming into Trikonasana, I'm going to face this way. Bring your hand to your front leg to come up a little easier, and then straighten that front leg upon arrival. So one variation is here. You can bring the palm off, the bottom palm off, palm facing away, so you're using more core muscles. And then if you want to extend that upper arm over here. Let's come into Warrior Two. Bending the front leg. Try to keep your hips and shoulders facing your side space. Gazing over the middle finger. I'm looking at my back arm. I'm seeing it's lower than the front, so I'm going to make that correction. Okay, there's always a correction to be made. Okay, watch that knee that it's not flopping inward. Keep it strong and active, please. And then you can bring your hand down for reverse warrior, or you can wrap that arm. That keeps your shoulders back and square. That kind of helps a little bit. And then side angle pose. Here we go. Sink your hips a little deeper if you can. And let's do a little vinyasa. You don't have to take this. You can rest in child's, or you can bring your hand down, your other hand down. Come back to your plank, either on the knees or not on the knees. Now you can lower down, do your little chaturanga push-up, roll onto your toenails. So I'm in up dog now. If that's too much and you're not sure, just do cobra again. I'm going to lower to my knees and add a few push-ups here. So if you want to make sure you're off your kneecaps, I would suggest crossing your ankles. So just coming down and up for a little power work, or just stay up. Or you can always rest in child's. Exhale. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Great job. So we're going to do modified side plank. Okay, here I am. I'm dropping my, let's do it this way. Well, 3 minutes. Okay. So dropping my right knee. I'm going to make an adjustment, bringing my shoulder over wrist, so I'm going to bring that front one leg forward. This is the full variation, or you can stack your ankles. And then we're going to go to the other side. So you can start on your knee. And then if you want to, you feel okay, make sure your shoulder's over your wrist, muy importante, and then add that foot in front. Or if you get pretty good at this, you can stack one foot over the other. It's more balance work. So coming down, we're going to wind it down a little bit. Let's bring our knees to our chest. And let's open up here. We're just going to take a few breaths, and then I'm going to leave you in meditation. If you want to, you can bring your hands on your belly and feel the rising and falling of the belly. Big inhale, exhale, blow it out. Good. Inhale deeply and blow out any tension that you may have came in to class with, even if you can't describe or put a finger on what it was. One more time, please. Inhale deeply, retain, kumbhaka, and great chakra. Exhaling and letting it go. Let's envision, if you will, that you're on a raft, in a pool, or in a still lake, and just floating. Just floating, no place to go, no agenda, no GPS system, just floating. Feeling light, not a care in the world, staying in this present moment. Just bow into your heart. Feel gratitude today that you honored yourself and honored your yoga practice. So I invite you to stay here as long as you need to. I want to thank you for tuning in to me and sharing some time with me. And I hope you make the best of the rest of your day. If you'd like, you can continue to relax in Shavasana and feel the deep peace of Shanti. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste, Satnam.